Hello, hello, and welcome back to another installment of Phoenix Core Risers. Okay, Phoenix Core Rises. This is your boy Kiko, aka lifting underscore four underscore B gains here on this beautiful day. Now, let's go ahead and take some music to take us up in here. All right, love you guys. Yeah. All right, you guys, you already know what this is going to be. We're going to get this hype in. We're going to get this hype man in. We're going to get it in. We're going to get it in. Yes, we are. Uh huh. Let's go. All right, you guys. Thank you again for tuning back in. I know that I can be a little bit of a goofball. I can be a little aloof, and a lot more me. But here is our space is a safe space for talking about fitness, talking about journeys, and I welcome you into it. So, this is today's topic is going to be about vegan bodybuilding versus non-vegan bodybuilding, and it'll probably sound a little bit more biased because obviously I have more experience in the vegan aspect versus the actual other aspect of it, the cousin of it, the non-vegan aspect. So let's go ahead and take it in. Let's get to it. All right. So, bodybuilding itself is the ability to put on visible, conditioned muscle to perform, and this is a personal definition, to perform on stage with your conditioned body and different poses and things like that, to be judged, it's essentially like a competition for your conditioning on your body. Um, Lots of beautiful visible muscle, lots of beautiful bodies, lots of painstaking training, lots of painstaking cycles, regardless of what you guys think. Um, in my personal opinion, I was not, when I was bodybuilding, I was not trying to put on functional strength muscle. I was just putting on muscle to be visible in showdown. I'm not taking it upon myself to actually dictate anything else other than that. But it is a very, very increased um, it's a big increase on your physical aesthetic muscle versus your actual functional strength and power muscles and stuff like that. A lot of us who are into the bodybuilding aspect are strong as well, especially in our off seasons when we're at full calories, full max capacity, full eating. And a lot of us that are, when we compete and we get into those low points, it's not as much. We still have the muscle, we still are plenty strong, but we are not at our top peak performance as far as strength and power. So it's more aesthetic, visible muscle type of thing. Now, with that being said, yes, you are, when you are conditioned and you're fully conditioned, you are a little bit depleted for the purpose of you showing off how much muscle you have accrued under your body. So, especially as far as the first 3 months that I like to do, I like to kind of bulk for my first 3 months. And then start tapering back on calories, start upping the volume, start really, really, really pushing that blood into the muscle, really, really getting those visible gains, getting those veins to show, getting the aesthetic behind it. Take a step back off of the heavy lifting, except for to get a quick pump. Now, this is just me. I'm not saying anything else about that. The performance aspect, your strength gains do kind of suffer when you are conditioning to cut. You can still get ripped on a fully balanced diet, but if you are trying to hit the stage, the calories have to be crazy, crazy strict, and you have to know exactly what you're doing and what you're putting into your body to make sure that that has happened. In my experience, I've gotten a lot better with it, and the cycles have come a lot better for me personally. This year, especially, I'm going to be looking on getting a little bit more of the professional coaching myself. It is something that I've been looking into because I have hit a wall as far as how much I can put into myself as my own trainer, as my own conditioner, as my own dietitian. I do need that aspect of outside help. And again, it may work and it may not. As long as I get that awesome palpable team, so I don't have to think about it, it's going to be amazing. So, yes, again, bringing it back to the point, when you are focused on a bodybuilding for the sake of competition, yes, your strength and ability does quite a little bit, kind of take a little bit of a dwindling. Now, if you are going into the aspect of aesthetic bodybuilding, and I say aesthetic bodybuilding as far as you have no plans to compete, you just want to have the gains, the ripped, the athletic look, then it could be quite different. You still got to eat pretty clean in order to achieve these results, but also the training regime is a little bit different. You don't have to really skimp on things that you love, and it's all about more balance at that point. I was able to achieve that as well in my weight loss career as well. I was able to go from, really, really high body fat, so about, I believe it was like 30% body fat, all the way down to about 40% body fat percentage, naturally, without even trying it, because I wasn't understanding what the difference between bodybuilding and getting in shape was. I kind of was doing both simultaneously without realizing, now that I look back. When I took the more cautious approach and the more admonished approach, and actually start writing things down and got more strict and followed the protocol that they do for bodybuilding, especially up to my first show, because I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I was getting tips from everybody. I was getting things that worked, things that couldn't work for me, especially being a bodybuilding athlete. Yes, I have competed as a vegan bodybuilder, and that was actually my first debut show, was as a vegan bodybuilder for my first time. I'm gonna tell you that I'm not being harsh on myself, but I felt like I sucked, and it wasn't a terrible thing. It was just the fact that I had never done something like this before. Did not know what to look for coaching. I got advice, and I was really, really, really not put together, really not prepared well. But I still placed in my first show, which scared the heck out of me, and let me know I was doing something right. And I actually really, really, really got into it from there. So, again, that's just my basics and my background on it and things like that. And I've been competing for the last couple of years. So every couple months I'll do a show. Why? Just to keep my body flexible, pliable, and in different training stimuli, so that I can actually change my body the way I want to. Now, as far as performance goes, vegans versus non-vegans. Now, this is our biggest issue and our biggest topic. There's been a lot of hubbub with it, but as time has progressed and as we are getting into a more progressive field, more and more people are making the switch to veganism, as well, to build healthy, sustainable muscle, not just as a cheat code to weight loss and things like that, but as a proof in the pudding that you can get your protein and you can condition your body on a vegan diet to compete in bodybuilding. A few of those people, and you can actually go look these up as well. I did just a quick Google search on it, for the Great Vegan Athletes, as it's called. Ethan McConnell, definitely inspiring to look at. Amanda Adeline, very, very good, promising bodybuilder, female. So yes, and that is even more tricky. Greg LaChance, Shelly, and my favorite, and my ultimate favorite, is Tori Washington. I've been following that brother for about 20, not even 20 years. No, I can't even say that. About a better part of a decade. I've stumbled upon his page, just looking around, trying to find some answers, and the algorithm listens. So they brought me that man, and ever since then, he's been my idol and things like that. Shout out to Tori Washington. You guys I'm gonna plug him in. You can go see him on Instagram, Tori, TORRE.Washington, one of my idols. I met him in person a year ago. Bruh, is solid. So I definitely 100% recommend, if you are curious about the vegan lifestyle as far as it pertains to bodybuilding, having him be one of your idols, as well as, and I know it's a lot of pressure, but like I said, when you need the information from somebody that's been in the game for so long, and I'm the type of person that likes to kind of know things and kind of research things and see how it's working for somebody, especially when somebody is more akin to who I am as dieting and stuff like that. It helps me kind of become a better person and things like that. And I'm always up for criticism and stuff like that, but I will make sure that I'm following some pretty legit people. It ties into the fact that it kind of blew my mind that you could build muscle off of plants. Build bodybuilding muscle, not just muscle, building bodybuilding muscle off of plants, getting stripped, getting shredded, getting ripped. I said stripped. Getting shredded and ripped off of a plant-based lifestyle without having to really, really go for broke and hurt yourself doing these things. With that, I've been able to successfully gain muscle by the use of protein from plants, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. Y'all know the song. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that, but you already know. From using those aspects, plus on top of that, some natural supplementation like BCAAs, which happen to be a lower form of protein, and not saying lower as in low quality, but more of a basic form, a building block, if you will, of a protein molecule that can actually help you synthesize a full, complete protein if you are careful and you are eating well. These things can be possible. Now, with that, you do not starve and things like that. It's um, all planned diet thing as well, and it does go hand in hand with how you train. If you're not training to get the muscle, then you're not going to get the muscle. If you're not training to lose the body fat, then you're not going to get the body fat. That's one thing that is a constant standard for me, and something that I always strive to let people know, especially when I'm in the middle of competing season. Um, I go through a lot just to make sure that I am, meticulous of that, especially when I'm competing. When I'm not competing, I eat eat regular-ish. I'm allowing myself a little bit more liberties. I'm allowing myself a little bit more caloric balance, caloric flexibility. I'm still going to still be vegan, but I just allow myself a little bit more freedom. Now, what can I say? What has been the worst? Well, not worst, because that's not. It's not always about doom and gloom. What has been the most challenging aspect of it is when you build the muscle, and then you go through your cutting period. So that is when I be like ravenous. I literally sometimes kind of get a little bit lightheaded and things like that, but it's only because I know that I'm still pushing out the same quality work with a lower calorie input. And it's planned to be like that, not necessarily saying just to make myself starve or anything like that, but I know what it takes to be mentally strong for the condition. And it happens quite often where people under underdo themselves just to try to get better and better and better on stage, but it's not that. Sometimes it's just a simple fix of getting more sleep. Sometimes it's just a simple fix of getting your diet on point. Sometimes it's just a simple fix of de-stressing yourself, because putting your body through that much amount of stress and pressure to look a certain way does things to you, especially post competition. And like I said, it's a really, really good, joyful journey, especially once you're in it and you have a team behind your back, which I'm going to look for. But it goes up and down sometimes. And again, the process behind it is a little bit more gray than it is black and white. But if you get the right programming, you follow the right information, and you follow that right stream, you can do the same thing as well. So I hope you guys like this episode. We're gonna take it. We're gonna call it like that. You guys can actually go ahead and find me on Instagram.com/lifting_4_vegans. The bodybuilding vegan. If you guys need any information, please DM me on there. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you want to hear next. I'm all kinds of for it. I am always here to answer questions as best of my ability. And if I don't know it, I want to research it. So let's debate on health and fitness. I am going to bring it to you from the plant-based aspect, though, because you already know I'm kind of partially biased to that. But I do look at other avenues and things like that. I am familiar with the other coaching styles, and actually, believe it or not, one of my biggest success on weight loss was on non-plant based, but a little bit smarter, a little bit more, push and pull, call in response type of thing. And yeah, we just gonna take you out like that, because yeah, that is it for our episode today. And you guys, please have fun. It's all love here. It's all good. If you have any questions, please come through and let me know. It has been a pleasure talking to you, and I will see you later. Thank you very much for your time.